Good morning. Good morning. My video is catching up. It is 11:42. There we are. We've caught up. Good morning. I know I said I was coming at 11:30 and this is as close to 11:30 as I could get. So Pagan Standard Time. I run on Pagan Standard Time. It is what it is. Um, so here we are. It is 11:42 on Wednesday morning, not Friday morning. And the reason, not Monday morning. And the reason it's Wednesday and not Monday is because on Monday, so Sunday night into Monday, I, on Sunday morning, I think it was Sunday morning, I don't remember, I started a new book. It's a book in a series that I've been reading for, I don't know, close to a decade, and it was the next book in the series that I forgot I had pre-ordered and never listened to, so it was in my Audible. Um, and I was so excited because I'm really looking for a book to read. I've been doing a lot of deep work, and I kind of just wanted a break. I kind of just wanted to be really mindless for a little while. So I started this new book on Sunday, and it was fantastic. Like, this is a really well-written series, and the author is she has such incredible character development, and I really have enjoyed the whole series. So I started the book on Sunday, and I listened to it Sunday morning, and then I listened to it on my way to Patty's house, and then I listened to it on my way home from Patty's house, and it was like I don't know, Sunday night. I was getting ready for bed, and I was still listening to the book, and I was listening to it while I did my whole brush my teeth and wash my face and got into my pajamas, and then I just kept listening to this book. And so I was listening to the book, and I was kind of puttering and doing stuff, but I just kept listening. So I was up way late on Sunday. Like, I don't know that I actually slept. If I slept, it was for a very short period of time into Monday. So on Monday, I was a zombie. Like, I just couldn't function. So I got up and I went to the curated conversations on Monday morning, and then it was 9:15, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put my head back down on the pillow for just a few minutes because my eyes, I couldn't like, everything was blurry, like I couldn't even actually see. So I just laid my head down. It was like 9:15, 9:30, and I knew I didn't have anything until live at 11, and I was like, oh, I don't need to set an alarm or anything. And I fell promptly asleep, and I didn't wake up until after 12. So clearly, I obviously needed the sleep. It was my own fault for listening to the book in the first place. And so, and then I went about my day. I was sort of in a weird blurry space, and so anyway, I completely forgot about Mondays with Robin until yesterday when I was like, oh my God, I never went live. So here we are. It is Wednesday, and we get a midweek check-in instead of a beginning of the week check-in, and it is perfect. So for those of you who were looking for Mondays with Robin on Monday, thank you for hanging in there. And for those of you who are not, you get a bonus with me today. So, what do we want to talk about? Well, when I checked in with the Council of Light, which is the beings that I channel, um, they invited me to go look at the newsletter that I sent out on Friday. If you didn't get the email and you want to get on my email list, just drop me a line or send me a message with your email address, and I can add you in. The last email I sent out was February, so I'm going to be more consistent than that, but I will never spam you. Yeah, at the best, I'm going to get it out every other week, maybe once a month. So you don't have to worry about getting too many emails from me. So when I checked it, so when I reread my email that I had written, I was reminded of the things that were sort of up in the collective. Things like ancestral healing, which we're all sort of doing right now because it can't go with us into 5D consciousness. So we're all being invited to do the ancestral healing and the clearing, not only for ourselves, but for also for generations past. So it's a lot of forgiveness work. It's a lot of opening and loving and thanking and honoring, and also releasing and letting go of. So there's been some really powerful shifts in that happening around that. I posted on my page, I posted a picture the other day or a couple weeks ago, about that sort of depicted that ancestral healing, and it was a really powerful message. That's really up right now. And also, what they've told me recently and over again is that we're meant to be finding a balance between that sort of feminine, receptive flow place and the masculine doing energy. And what they when I was thinking about what course did I want to create for the summer, they basically were like, kind of lay low for the summer. And so I've talked to several people, several collaborators and colleagues, and people, consciousness workers, people who are teaching and healing and coaching and out there doing this stuff. And a lot of people are saying the same thing: is that like they just feel like they want to reset and group for the summer a little. And I think that's because there's something, we're doing some deep healing cleansing work, and what the council sort of indicates to me is that our time is like we're meant to be resting, like we're meant to be, what they said to me recently was rest until you're called, and when you're called, you go. So if you don't know what it is you're meant to be doing, it means that you're meant to be resting and integrating until you do know what you're going to do. And when they call you, that you'll know when there's a message of you, we need you to do this. When you're called, you go. And so that's what they've been sort of telling me, and I think that's what this summer is going to be about, is like resting and integrating and regrouping a little bit. So let's see what's coming up. Uh, so that's what. So in that vein, the other day I did a really cool meditation. My meditations these days are really cool. I'm getting to do some neat things. And I think this is what I'm gonna record. I think I'll record it and see. Um, I'll offer it. Um, I'll record it and see what I'm gonna do with it. But so the meditation I did the other day is I was working on expanding my energy field. I was working on expanding my conscious awareness, and also expanding my capacity for joy, for freedom, abundance, just expansion. Um, and in the course of that, what I did was I focused on things, sensations, people, experiences, sensations, the 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 experience of things that I love. And I started with, I love the first sip of tea in the morning when it's hot and strong and sweet. And then I focused on that, when my ice cream is just perfectly yummy and tasty, and it's got the right combination of chocolate chips, and so I got to experience those things. And as I did that, I watched my energy field just like expand, and I watched my ego self, my small self, also expand, because I was doing it, I was really experiencing the physical sensation of what it is that I loved. I thought about spending time with people that just light me up. Like I thought about Lily's laugh, and I thought about, sitting next to Patty when we just are doing Wordle, or just spending time together. And I thought about laughing with friends, and it was just I again I got to feel the experience of like expansion. And I even uh like allowed myself to experience how good it feels to have like a really good orgasm. And I just and I it went and I kind of laughed, and my guides were like, yeah, that one's universal. And I was like, you think? So it was really fun. It was a really cool meditation. And in when I meditate, often my guides are sort of doing this like very didactic teaching, asking questions and inviting me to explore the answer. And that's always how they sort of have talked to me, is like, as if I'm their student. And I mean, I mean, that's how I teach and how I talk too, so it makes sense that that is the voice in my head. But it was really it was really cool to have them sort of point things out to me and ask the questions, and like something that I liked but didn't necessarily love, it didn't have the same effect on my energy field. So it was such a powerful moment. And I mean, it didn't I spent a good amount of time with it, but I didn't have to, but it was so enjoyable and so pleasurable that I did. I don't know, I probably spent 35 or 40 minutes in this process, and I felt so good for the rest of the day. I just felt like so expanded, and so all of the day-to-day anxieties that would have normally plagued me didn't. And that's why I bring this up to you, is that this was such an amazing antidote for my anxiety of the day to day, that this is why I want to be able to record this. And I'm going to try to do my best, and I'll talk to them, my guides, to ask them. I don't know why I point up. I always point up to my guides like they're somehow above me, and really they're in my heart, or they're they're actually in right in my soul point, which is just below your heart, just above your third chakra, just above your. So I'd write about, for me anyway, this is where my connection is to source, right in that soul place section. Everybody has their connection to source wherever it is for them. So I don't know why I always point up for my guides. And I think it's probably because I access them by going out to the soul star, which is through, above my head. But it doesn't matter. Regardless, I'm going to talk to my guides and ask them how I can record that, and offer to you guys, probably for short money or free, or I'll put it on my website, whatever. So my invitation to you today is, what can you do to increase your energy field? What can you spend time marinating, just for a few minutes even, on the things that you love, the sensations and the feelings and the things and the experiences that just light you up? Can you just spend a few minutes today doing that? And just let me know what that does to your energy field. That's really all um, they wanted me to share today. And so, if you I just created an event. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm hosting a retreat in September 28th through October 1st at Essex Woods. It's going to be magical, and we're calling in 15 people, and there are, mm, maybe, I think there's only 9 spots left, so you should definitely get in on this. I just created the event, Essex Woods. Patty Roberts, Kelly Kilmer, and I are all doing this retreat together. It's going to be amazing. Um, and we have a group healing on June 28th. This time around, we will probably be doing Divine Feminine, uh, sacral chakra healing. Um, yeah, they're kind of showing me that we're going to be doing a healing that's going to help us get more into a flow state. So that'll be June 28th at 7 p.m. If you're a member of the Phoenix Rising Healings web's membership site, that's included with with your base membership price, all the membership. And if you are not a member, then the investment for that is $35. I will create a link. I'll post a link down below, and you can sign up for that whenever you want to. Um, and someone asked me recently, would I redo the Working with Your Guides course that was in North Andover? Would I do it more locally? And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to offer it via Zoom. So I will get back to you with dates on that. But if you want to be able to have a relationship close to what I have with mine, then I would love to teach you or share with you the points in the what I do or how I do it, or just to help you meet your guides. So stay tuned for that. I just need to look at the dates. It'll be most likely it'll be towards the end of June or uh, July. Um, that's it. So drop me a line. Let me know how you're expanding your energy field, and have a wonderful, beautiful, magical Wednesday.